Hi everybody, and welcome to the following of reputation.sol smart contract. In this part we're going to continue the smart contract with a couple of other functions, and then we'll compile and deploy the smart contract. So the next function after the registered user is to update the reputation. So this function is update reputation and then it will get the address of the user, address underline user, and uint 256 reputation score, uint 256 reputation score, and also a string memory comment. So the comment is entered by the user. So we'll open the brackets, and actually here you should also define the type of the function. So public and then open the brackets here. So the first requirement, there are a couple of requirements. The first one is that the user shouldn't be the address 0. So require that the user that is entered not be equal to address 0. Otherwise, invalid user address. The next requirement is that the reputation score be greater than 0. So reputation score that is given by the user be greater than or equal to 0. Otherwise, we should say that reputation score must not be negative or must be positive. So we can say that reputation score must be non-negative. So two requirements, and then after both of them are met, the user's address, so the user of that specific array score should be incremented with the reputation score. So there we go. So actually we will write it in a way that we will have the addition of all of these scores instead of the rating, so that then we will be able to divide it by the number of people who has given the score, and then we'll have the kind of rating for the user. So anyway, we could also add another requirement to set the limit here. So for example, if somebody's score is greater than 10 or 100 or 5, then we should be this should be a limit. And so for example, here I can add this requirement here, require that the reputation score be smaller than or equal to 10. Otherwise, reputation score must be smaller than or equal to 0, equal to 10. reputation score must not be greater than 10. Okay, anyway, after all these requirements, we will increment the user score. So from the array of the users, user that has been entered by the address. So okay, the user dot reputation score should be incremented by the reputation score. So reputation score that has been given by the user. And then we will emit the reputation updated, emit reputation updated, and we'll get the user and the users underline user that reputation score, and then the comments that the user enters for the reputation score. And here we go. So that's it for this function related to updating the reputation. And then we will write another function for querying the data related to each one of the users. So this function is getUser, and it will get the address of the user. Function getUser, so we'll get the address of the user. So it's public view returns and it will return some of the data related to the user. So uint 256 ID, and a string memory name, and also uint 256 reputation score. So in our previous projects and smart contracts, you might have seen that I've said that, for example, if we have a struct like this for the user, we do not necessarily have to write the get user function or get anything when we have the struct of it. But it's a much more clean coding when you do this, because this function is specified for the get user, and later when we want to deploy the smart contract somewhere else or interact with the smart contract using some of the frameworks such as Hardhat and Brownie and whatever other kind of framework that you want to use in order to interact with the smart contract, you will then be able to use this get user function, and it's much more structure and clean coding rather than just referring to the struct. So anyway, we're writing this function here, and so now we'll return this data, and now let's open the bracket for the smart contract. Now it will require that the user not be address 0 again, so require that the address that we enter for the user, so which is the user here, shouldn't be the address 0. Otherwise invalid address, user address, so invalid user address, and then we'll get the type user, storage user, from the struct, and users array, so underline user, that will get from the user again. So it will return the struct, so return user.id. Actually, this is not the struct, this is what we have retrieved from the struct. So user.name, or actually the array. So user.reputation score. So that's it. And okay, reputation score. And okay, here semicolon, don't forget it. And that's it for the smart contract. So that's it for this part of the tutorial, and in the next one we'll compile the project and deploy it in order to see how it works.